Last orders at the bar, please.
Welcome to Tavern Tales, a curated 5e Dungeons & Dragons adventure set in the tales of the Yawning Portal campaign module by Wizards of the Coast. Previously on Tavern Tales. With a stomach full of quaint country hobgoblin stew, the party sets forth to the south, still on the lookout for Yashiria's shield, and now also a hobgoblin missus as we enter the last few chapters of the Sunless Citadel.
Come sit down and drink with the enemy, raise a glass and toast to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So come sit down and laugh with the enemy, raise your glass and sing to the enemy, and I'm not gonna do this on my own. So I won't end up being alone, 'cause I won't drink my drink alone. So what about you? One beer or two, I'll drink to you.
Yashiria, this is your shield that's missing. Why don't you lead the way?
Sure.
Because she's the
I will.
squishiest.
I will venture forward.
I'm funny.
So yeah, I guess I will levitate over the chasm.
We're heading down the chasm.
Oh, we're heading down?
Yeah, because we're trying to find the snakes, and it's warmer down.
Right, okay. And how far down is it, can we see, or no? Or you just
It like
can't see?
slowly slopes down.
Okay.
It's a very gradual slope
Okay.
for this rift.
I will take point then.
You climb on down into this natural exposed stone with these 2-foot holes. They're large enough that you could definitely fall into and get stuck, but you wouldn't fall all the way through unless you're Erky Timbers.
Do we tell Erky to stay here?
So he's already climbed down, and he narrowly avoids a fall at one point, and in so doing reaches out, grabs for Yashiria's hand,
I will reach out and grab him.
and he doesn't let go.
I figured.
And you guys hold hands as you walk down the rift.
Sure.
Oh, it's so cute.
The rift widens, creating a cavern-like chamber to your left. It continues on, narrowing into a fissure that shuts up entirely, which you can see from the light of Calcrix. But in the other, more open cavern, small 2-foot diameter holes riddle this node. Not just the floor, but the walls as well. And a dim, fiery glow shines out of one such hole.
How big is the hole?
2 foot wide.
Okay. What do you want to do, Yashir?
How tall is Erky Timbers?
3 feet tall.
Could we send Vapor Glassy to investigate?
Ooh, good idea.
Of course.
Hopefully Vape doesn't vape away.
I think,
Vape is probably a better choice.
because he's steam. Glassy's ice. That might not work very well. Although Glassy is the more competent one out of the two of them.
Make perception checks. You can make 3, 1 for Vape, 1 for Glassy, 1 for yourself as you send them in advance.
Okay.
You may make 1 for Erky Timbers.
Good old Erky.
Did anybody beat an 18?
Vape did.
I did. Erky Timbers did not.
Can I have somebody be Vape? Whoever is normally Vape. Vape has noticed 2 things. 1, a shiny, silvery sheet of metal. Also, Vape has noticed 2 obsidian stones that are all shiny and kind of glowy from within.
Oh, dudes. It's like, there's like shiny stuff over here, guys. There's like a piece of metal that's like shiny, but there's also like 2 other rocks that are shiny too.
Wow, Vape, you are so descriptive.
Right? It's good, dude.
You step within, and a wash of heat comes towards you from the glowing 2-foot hole. Sliding out of it comes the long, sinuous body of a really big snake. It is the size of a person, 6 feet, so maybe a bit longer. It is just about more than 2 feet in diameter. It slides out.
How did it fit in the hole?
Well, the hole was 2 feet deep. It has yellow eyes that glow like candles in deep-set hollows of its face. A long gaping maw with needle-sharp teeth and fire runs up and down the length of its body. As it slithers out of the hole, it rears up to attack you all. Please roll initiative.
Am I rolling for Urky Timbers as well?
Yeah, if you want Urky to be involved in the combat,
And am I rolling for the Mephits?
please do. Just so you know, Mephits are involved in combat and operating on their turn. They could very well be dispatched and die. What's your initiative score, Drayden?
14.
18.
Urky Timbers?
I didn't roll for him.
Oriana?
11.
And the Mephits?
13.
Yashiria, it is your turn. The fire snake is about 20 feet away from you. You will get your action followed by Drayden.
Cool. I'm going to cast Scorching Ray on him.
Okay.
He's going to have resistance to fire damage.
Oh, I guess he would, wouldn't he?
But it's cool. Just do your thing.
Yay, level 2 spell. I'm going to use my level 2 spell because I got me a level 2 spell. I do. Thanks. One of the benefits you got from being a light cleric of Palor, don't forget you also have your level 2 cleric spells. Did you prepare anything from your level 2 cleric spell list?
I prepared a couple, sorry.
What are you choosing to do, Yashiria?
So can I use a different spell rather than using Scorching Flame?
Yes, if you don't wish to use Scorching Ray, you may use a different spell. What would you like to do?
Okay, I'm going to use Spiritual Weapon.
And you have that one prepared?
Yes, I do.
Do you have a prepared spell list?
Yeah, I have it here. I just didn't mark it. I just wrote it down once I hit level 3.
Excellent.
So, yeah, I got it here.
I believe you cast the spell, and on your bonus action,
It attacks. So you can cast it next to the stake.
and you can cast it anywhere between, I think, 20 feet, correct?
60 feet range.
There you go.
But it's within 5 feet of the weapon. That's what it says.
All right. So you're going to use the weapon to strike. What does this spiritual weapon look like?
Ooh, okay. Can it be a mace shaped like a sun?
Absolutely. Yes.
That's awesome.
I will take that in a heartbeat.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is a mace shaped like a sun.
Glowing rays of sunlight bursting from it as though they were spikes
Yes.
off the end of it. All right. Roll your to hit as the weapon. What do you say? What's the verbal component of this spell? That's not good enough. Has to be words.
Blessed be the sun.
Roll it up.
Nope.
What is the total to hit?
9.
That is not sufficient. The weapon whiffs through the air, though it is there and now available to you for, I do believe, quite some time, as it's a concentration spell to maintain.
1 minute.
That is your action. Do you wish to move at all?
I guess I can move out of the way because I'm in front of everyone. I guess I'll move out of the way.
All right, you back up down the hall a little bit,
Yeah.
freeing the next person in turn. That was Yashiria's action. It is now Drayden.
Okay, great. I'm going to attack with Calcrix. Brandishing Calcrix, I will say, Calcrix, give me your ice and your power and harm this fire serpent. And I don't know if Calcrix says anything.
Stop talking and swing!
Okay, I swing I swing my mighty greatsword, attempting to slice off the snake's head. 21.
That is sufficient to hit.
So I get one. The black one is going to be Calcrix's
Sure.
cold damage. That is 22 damage.
You embed Calcrix deep into the body of the fire snake, rending it brutally as you stab just behind the head. You bury Calcrix almost to the hilt, down the length of the body. And Calcrix's cold sucks all of the heat from this fire snake right into it as all of the flames along its body go from a hot, burning red to a smoldering orange to blue to non-existent as you utterly kill and destroy this fire snake. However,
This fire snake was pregnant.
as you do so, the flame that gouts from the incision you cut blasts you brutally for 9 points of damage as fire erupts from the hole into your face
Ah, my pretty face.
and along your arms and hands. But the fire snake lies dead.
Ow, 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 ow.
That was Drayden's turn. It is now the Mephit's turn, followed by Oriana. Mephits, can you please make a perception check?
Just one?
Yeah, only one Mephit gets to do anything at any given time.
Cool. 15.
That's enough to note that the 2 obsidian stones glow with a more of a throbbing, intense light than they were moments before.
Ruh-roh.
As like Glassy notices this, and does he relay this information to Oriana?
Yeah, the stones they're pulsating, not like me. I don't pulsate, but they're pulsating.
Interesting.
Pretty lady.
I move forward towards these stones.
Yep.
Am I able to do an Arcana check?
You inspect the stones from arm's length. I'm guessing you're not getting super close to them, or you're going to walk right up and pick one up. They're about 1 foot in diameter, standing about 1.5 foot tall.
I'll inspect them from an arm's distance first.
Give me an Arcana check.
13.
There's something going on with these stones. You're not too sure, but they definitely look egg-like to you.
Ooh. I cautiously proceed forward and I touch one.
Now, as you touch one, your fingertip is burned as a blister forms there, and a crack runs the length of one of these eggs.
I'm startled by the crack in the egg and don't notice the burn to my finger, and I jump back a little bit. After I've noticed that it was just a crack, proceed to look closer.
More cracks, crisscross and spider web along and around this egg, tucked away in its warm environs. The other egg also lets out a loud crack as something within this stone obsidian egg tries to break free.
Guys, I think I did something bad. You might want to come over here.
As Oriana says this, 2 baby fire snakes crack out of the environs of their obsidian prisons, freeing themselves into this life. Their deep, glowing, evil yellow eyes alight upon flesh and move towards it. So that was Oriana's turn. We'll now return to the top of the round, where it is once again Yashiria's turn.
Don't forget to check if that's your shield.
Yeah, I guess I'll go take a look and see if that was my shield.
Do you keep your spiritual weapon up and going, or did you dismiss that?
No, I dismissed that. I'll get rid of that.
I mean, it's not technically out of combat. It lasts for a minute. You might as well keep it up.
Intent upon finding your holy symbol of Palor, you immediately find it tucked away in a little, looks like the fire snakes have tried to shove it into one of the 2-foot diameter holes, and there's something blue and shiny at the bottom of this hole.
Does it look like there's any eggs around my shield at all?
Not here, no. Actually, I'm just going to straight up back this up. Your shield lies there in between the 2 egg husks of the newborn fire snakes.
Okay.
It lies there, and something blue glints in the nest as well that you can see just peeking from underneath your shield. 2 blue glowing dots of shining light.
How big are they?
Eyeball sized?
Okay. And they're under my shield, you say?
Yes, indeed. But on either side of your shield is, of course, 2 baby fire snakes hungrily searching for flesh. So I'm going to guess you have not yet dismissed spiritual weapon.
I guess not.
It's up to you.
Actually, no, yeah, I'll dismiss it. I'll keep it dismissed.
Okay.
I'll just use my warhammer.
Just so you know, you can use both.
Yeah.
On your turn,
You
you
use
can
it as
have
a
the
bonus
spiritual
action.
weapon attack, and you can attack with your mace.
That's why it's killer.
Okay. No, I guess I'll still just keep the one out.
What would you like to do with your turn then? You dismiss your spiritual weapon, and you see a nest that has 2 baby fire snakes in it, your shield, and some other pair of glowing.
See, that's the thing. I don't want to upset the balance with my shield. I guess I'll attack one of the baby snakes then.
Go for it. Roll it to hit.
Hasn't even gotten a chance to live.
I know, right?
That is a critical fail.
You miss.
I miss.
You're too busy dismissing your spiritual weapon. It's not dismissing easily. Your spiritual weapon is resisting your dismissal. It's literally like shaking its
It's
mace
like-
face no. Like, I don't want to go right now. And
I'm
you're
here
like,
for
but
another
I
90 seconds.
You do the This means, the Palor up, down, smoke signal away. And you're like, smoke signal away. And
Away.
your spiritual weapon is like, no, I'm going to stay. And
Okay.
it actually refuses your dismissal.
Okay.
Which is not technically possible, but nonetheless, it's still there. You may use your bonus action to direct the mace, your spiritual weapon mace, to hit the fire snake if you'd like.
Fine. I will.
Actually, it's going to do it anyway. Just roll the strike. It's starting to act on its own.
12.
12 is a hit.
4.
It smacks the baby fire snake, and a gout of heat washes off of the body of this baby fire snake as it is hurt and hampered. It is now Drayden's turn, followed by one of the methods.
I'm just going to try to subdual damage the baby fire snake and knock it out of the way. With the tip of Calcrix, be like, I don't want to kill you, baby snake. Go away.
Yeah.
Just so that we can get the shield out.
Okay.
So is that still a...
Just for the revision on the damage, it took 8 damage because it's 4 plus my ability modifier.
Oh, that's killer.
Sorry.
Great to know. Why don't you write that on your character sheet so that you have that available to you in the future when you cast a spiritual weapon?
Just to hit with the tip of my tip of Calcrix.
Yeah, of course. You flick the tip.
Flick the tip. That would be 16.
That is more than enough to hit. Black is still cold.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's 5.
So you kill
Plus-
the baby fire snake as the cold damage.
Shit.
You just tap it with the flat, but Calcrix is like, more heat! And just sucks all of the heat out of this baby fire snake. It crumbles to, coal.
Yeah.
Or
Embers.
what does it start with? It's like a C. Humans are made up of mostly
Carbon?
Carbon. It crumbles into this long black, crumbles into coal or carbon that just loosely scatters as the animus that was keeping it alive or generating washes away.
Drayden goes, oops.
And Drayden takes 3 points of fire damage.
Oh, of course.
Drayden, you as well notice these 2 blue glowing orbs peek out or are peeking out from underneath the shield of Yashiria.
Can I grab... I'd have to use my action surge to grab the shield and toss it to Yashiria.
No, you could do that with your turn if you would also like to. You don't have to action surge in order to do that.
I'm going to grab the shield and toss it to Yashiria and say, Yashiria! Ho! Okay, I'll take 2. Yashiria, your shield!
And then I catch it in midair. I say, thank you. Don't call me a hoe.
And on take 2, he didn't. I'll probably keep all of that. 2 eyeball-sized sapphires wink in the light cast by Calcrix and the spiritual weapon and the baby fire snake that is inside the nest. It is now one of the Mephit's turn.
I request that Glassy uses frost breath on the final baby.
Okay. How far away does he have to be to use his frost breath?
15 feet.
Go for it. Is it a dexterity saving throw or is it a attack?
Dexterity saving throw. How close is these blue eye things to the baby?
Right next to it.
So it's a 15-foot cone.
Yeah, you're not going to hurt sapphires though.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I didn't want
Absolutely.
to start anything I couldn't finish.
You may end up hitting Drayden though.
It's okay. You're not going to kill me.
I'll use claws instead.
The Mephit's going to use his claws.
It's a melee weapon attack, +3 to hit.
He lashes forward, and what does he say when he strikes?
Take that, flame snake guy.
Roll your to hit.
It's a 4.
Glassy misses. What does Vape say when he sees Glassy miss?
Nice hit, brah.
All right. Oriana, what would you like to do?
Oh, it's my turn. I will cast Ray of Frost at the baby.
Go for it. Roll your to hit.
12.
That is a hit.
3.
The cold from the frostbolt sucks the heat right out of this baby fire snake. And while there are tendrils of warmth still flickering therein, it lets out a gasp, its only cry in this world that birthed it, and dies.
I feel really bad.
Yeah, I do too.
However, each of the sapphires that you're kind of looking at are both worth 50 gold each, so
Sweet.
Woohoo!
And you got your shield back.
Nice.
It was worth the money, killing 2 little innocent baby flame snakes that had done
Snacks.
nothing in this world.
You climb out of the fire snake pit back into the rift, where you can see that fire snakes for quite some time now have been burrowing these 2-foot holes and creating their own methods of navigating this dungeon. And you are presented with several options at this point. You can return to the eastern door that Balsag indicated his spouse was beyond. There is, of course, also continuing along the rift in the other direction, and also investigating this broken corridor to its natural conclusion to the south.
Any thoughts?
I will tell you one thing, though. The corridor to the south, this broken rift, lays heavy with dust as you look upon it, and does not look like any man, fire snake, goblin, or otherwise has set foot in here since the rift occurred, likely well back in the day when this citadel first fell.
I mean, the other abandoned hallway we went down, we found the Oak Arena of Fear. Right? So there might be something cool down there.
I mean, it doesn't look like it's been walked upon, so
Do you want to check it out?
we might as well before we head back
Sure.
to find.
Sure, why not?
So we're going to hop up to the shifted corridor.
You easily traverse the 10-foot climb up to this ancient and ill-used corridor. It is a wide corridor, 10 foot wide as the other one was. It turns twice. Both times are largely immaterial. It turns east, continues south, turns east. And at the end of that easterly hallway is a locked door.
Should have taken knock.
I should have.
It does not, it could very well be locked. It is a closed
It's a
door.
closed door. All right.
You investigate around it. You do not appear to see or detect any traps, the three of you, as you look around this door. You check the lock. It is not, in fact, locked, but as you tug on the door refuses to budge.
So if the door isn't locked, could I then use thaumaturgy to blow it open?
Absolutely.
I will do that. If everyone in the party is okay with that.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's stand back a little bit.
I'll take a few steps back.
I get a charisma check from you.
19.
Yes, the door initially does not want to respond to your charismatic enticing. It is jammed, stuck, and shut. It would have taken some good strength and elbow grease from your stronger compatriots for the door to open. But the enticing words of opening and beckoning that you present in your casting of thaumaturgy, the door buckles, bends, and forces itself open, ripping the top corner of the door off in the process. The door bangs against the other side of the wall with a loud rapport and opens the room to your entry. Faded mosaic tiles still decorate parts of the wall, but most have fallen to the dust-covered floor and shattered. Situated at the center of the chamber stands a slim pedestal of rusted iron shaped like an upright dragon. In the dragon's mouth rests an empty tray. It appears, upon casual examination as you enter, that this room once held items of importance to the old dragon cult. The remaining features, though, are dust-covered and worthless, as though any of the items that once stood on several of the pedestals and columns were taken as the dragon cult fled when it was destroyed years and years ago.
Can we look around for a hidden spot? Or
Absolutely. To your best of your ability, you comb and search this square room that is 25 feet by 25 feet. You comb through it over the course of, say, 6 or 7 minutes, the three of you, finding no secrets. You find nothing except old, stale smells. And these broken mosaics that perhaps once depicted beautiful things but have fallen, shattered, and have faded over time. The only thing of note and import is this pedestal in the middle of the room.
let's check it out. Last look and then we'll head out.
As I described before, it's very slim. It's about 1.5 feet in diameter. It is in the shape of an upright dragon,
Yeah.
but it is rusted iron. and the dragon has an open mouth, and within rests a tray.
I'll lift the tray.
There does not seem to be any mechanism that you can see underneath the tray. The tray fits nicely and perfectly within the dragon's mouth. It does not have any material value, and the pedestal seems to be part of the structure of the room. It cannot be removed.
I am not smart enough for this room right now.
I say we just head out if there's nothing else in here.
Can I inspect the dragon pedestal further?
Sure,
To
yeah.
see
Well,
if-
how would you like to inspect it? What are you looking for?
Maybe looking closer at the engravings or if it shifts.
Doesn't seem to be any engravings, and it is covered in rust.
And can it shift at all? Like I know it's stationary, but does it
Twist?
twist or does
No,
it?
it doesn't seem to. Not to your abilities or as you try to maneuver it.
I'm going to take one of our newly found, I'm going to rest the tray on there and I'm going to put one of our newly found sapphires on top of it. See what happens.
You place a sapphire in the tray. Nothing happens.
Place the second one in the tray?
You place the second sapphire in the tray, and the mouth begins to close.
We don't. I'll take the sapphires out before it closes.
The mouth continues to close, and with a loud squeal and a lot of rusty noises, remains closed.
Shit. Where's the tray in this situation?
Tray's in the mouth. It fits perfectly and squarely in the mouth.
Probably should have left the sapphires there. I'm not smart enough for this puzzle room right now.
Shiria, you got anything to add?
No?
I think I fucked up the trap. Damn it.
Now that the mouth is closed,
Yes.
does it do anything?
No, doesn't do anything at all.
Does anything change in the room?
Not that you can determine. The must smell has largely gone unnoticed, though.
Wow.
I think we had to feed the dragon. I feel like that was what we had to do. Damn it.
Well, you spend another couple of minutes trying to cast thaumaturgy and force the jaws open, none of which work or are successful, and you leave the room. Happily, you pocket the 2 sapphires that you won from the bowels of the fire snake nest, but not knowing how else to resolve what is transpiring in this ill-used and unused room, you leave.
Yeah.
You journey back along those darkened corridors to once again find yourselves at a fork in the pathways. You can go right further along the rift that presents itself in an upward slope. You could continue back to the room from before and head east towards a bugbear's wife.
I feel like we should go up the rift and just see if it maybe has a back entrance to the room. Maybe.
I say we just head for the bugbear's wife.
Straight in?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go
'cause
that way.
We might as well go look for his wife and Balak.
You return to that door. It is closed. You test it. You check it. It does not seem to be trapped in any way that you can determine. You test the door. It is not locked.
I'll just open it.
You open it upon 2 rows of dragon-carved marble columns, marching the length of the hall, most completely covered in luminescent fungus. The cobbled floor is cracked, stained, and on it sits many small wooden tables. The contents on the tables include mortars, pestles, small tools, bowls filled with crushed leaves, chopped fungus stalks, and other plant specimens. Many doors lead off from this hall, and all are partly open. There are, in fact, 6 doors, 3 to the north, 3 to the south.
Well, shall we check one at a time?
Sure.
Sure.
You sure? Yeah. Open a door.
Okay, I will open the first door on the north.
All right.
What's behind door number 1?
You enter the room. You see these things before you. You look to the northwest door, which is the closest door, and without even rolling a perception check, snores are audible from the room. The door is only open 2-3 inches, not enough to get a peek inside.
This isn't really the garden, so... Shh. This isn't really the garden, so we should probably keep on going.
We will move on to the next door.
To the north or to the south?
The north.
Make a perception check. Anybody beat a 12?
Yes.
Yes.
Then within, you can hear the sounds of two goblins speaking in gobbly, scraping at something and maybe working with rope on something, and you can faintly make out a conversation in gobbly that goes but because Yashiria speaks gobbly, you hear two goblins moaning and complaining about the fact that they've both been on shift for over 11 days and they haven't gotten to go back up the shaft. And there's this goblin lass of, can I get a goblin lady name from you, Paige?
Eleanor.
Ebador. Her name is Ebador, and she's got the sweetest buns. Because she's a baker. And also the nicest rack because she's well endowed. And both of them are quite infatuated with her. This is what you hear as you listen into the room.
Yashiria, do you think you might be able to ask them if they know where the people we're looking for are?
We could probably tell them that Dern is dead. Dern is dead. And that the goblin lady is taking over.
Ebador. Or no.
No.
Grenell.
Oh, you win the brain war.
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah. And this door is open or closed?
A little bit open. Yeah.
So
maybe
maybe
6 to 8 inches.
If we gently knock on it to not startle them.
I will gently rap at the door.
Gabo. Which is the fuck in gobbly.
Dern is dead.
Sorry, are you speaking that in gobbly or in common?
Oh, fuck. I guess in gobbly.
Okay, I need it in gobbly first.
Of course you do.
Nice. The statement uttered moments earlier, "Gabe, gabe," is double repeated as both of them cry out in gobbly, "The fuck?" Who's there?
We are not but travelers.
Was that in gobbly or in common? Okay, just to let you know, you don't have to do the gobbly anymore. You can just tell me, like, I will continue this conversation in goblin.
I will continue
awesome.
this in gobbly, but translate it for the listeners.
Perfect, because our listeners are more interested in... well, they're probably more interested in you speaking in gobbly.
The goblin is
I
amazing.
But nonetheless, do you push the door open any further or what?
Yeah, I'll open it a little further.
All right.
Rather than having a conversation.
The two goblin commoners that look to be late teenage goblins. They're repairing armor with cord and iron patches and using really, really terrible tools to recondition this broken armor that they're not really understanding how to fix. One of them is holding a breastplate, which it drops with it's just a studded leather breastplate, but it drops it with a clatter. The other one is holding a hammer and holds it up to his face and then immediately puts it down because he's staring at a supremely armored, beautiful human woman who stands there speaking to him in his own language. And you can tell that all thoughts of Ebador have completely fled his mind. Knowing that you speak the language of his people.
And his heart.
A little lower. And he nods his head, looks at you with like a teenage wink, and he goes, "Bugbear," which in common is, "Hey girl."
You're getting all the men this time. Why is your face so red, Aaron?
Because this happened last time.
They're teenagers.
So again, I'm having this conversation in gobbly.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have no idea.
You're having this conversation in gobbly. Behind you, behind Yashiria, are your two siblings.
We're facing outwards and like
Absolutely, yes.
guard.
But they're standing on either side of Erky Timbers. And at this point, Erky turns to Oriana and says, "What the hell? Are you telling me that she speaks Goblin?
Oh, you didn't know that?
How much time has she spent with goblinoid creatures to know their language and truck and converse with them? I thought this group was put together to bring the devastation the goblin kind has brought.
Well, I mean, we really were just looking for some other travelers, and we weren't necessarily wanting to kill a bunch of beings. I mean, most of them have been pretty nice.
I was told completely different thing by that half-orc Sydork.
Well, do you see him here?
No, should have left with him and joined your circus.
Sounds like a you problem.
That's very true. I'm not going to lie. You do have a point.
I mean, you can go off and kill as many goblins as you want on your own. We're not going to stop you.
Well, I might.
No, it's a trick. He won't actually do it.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, go ahead.
He sighs heavily and with some remorse. And now would be a really good time for an insight check from Drayden.
Sure.
And if you do well in this insight check, Drayden, you may have the ability to, before you roll, you may have the ability to help Erky Timbers with his PTSD of his trials and tribulations.
Sure.
If that is something that Drayden would want to do, you could find a way to earn advantage on this roll.
I'm going to, not kneel down in a condescending way, but I'm going to slide down the wall to, sit next to him like I'm just waiting. I'm going to...
Your armor goes down the wall.
I'm going to hold Calcrix, but, lean it against my knee, just kind of...
Yeah.
Ready to go if needed. And I'll be like, Erky, I like you a lot. I hope that your intentions with my sister are honorable. But you have to understand, and I'd like to understand what you went through so that I can help you maybe get past some of this.
All right, make your insight check.
Did I get an advantage?
No.
Oh, well, all right. Well, that was not bad. 18.
That is more than enough that if you would like to make a persuasion check, you may work on Erky Timbers' irrational disposition towards the goblins.
I would like to just basically have a counseling session while he tells me what happened to him.
Yep.
All right. Oh, shit. 8.
In this regard, you clearly understand what Erky has gone through, and you do not offer him any counsel or sage advice to assist him in his time of need.
I was just trying to listen.
Absolutely. However, I will give you a blue mote for your good character endeavor.
Thank you.
Hey, girl.
I'm going to try to get Erky to face the other way.
Actually, all of the things that you've just talked about have been the distraction
Yeah.
for this scene.
Okay.
That has already transpired. He nods 2 or 3 times like he's a cool guy.
Yes. Hello, boy.
So,
We are looking for a bugbear of sorts.
nah, girl, you went the wrong way. It's a bugbear back behind you. Big guy. Antlers. Talks like he's not from around here.
No.
Hey, you're not from around here, are you?
No, and there's a reason for that. But moving on.
So what's a tall drink of water like you doing in a place like this?
I'm not water. This is chainmail. It may simulate water, but it is not water.
Yeah, I dig it.
I don't see a hole or shovel around, but I'll take it at face value.
It's a wicked-looking mace you got there in your hands. I happen to have a pretty wicked-looking mace of my own. Maybe you'd like to hold it in your hands, eh? The other guy's like, shut up! What are these 2 goblins' names, Marie-Claire?
Gilthrax and Loradol.
Loradol turns to Gilthrax at this point. He's like, what the hell's wrong with you, Gilly? Gilthrax just nonchalantly shoves Loradol in the face. Just palms his face and pushes him backwards. And he's like, whatever. He's like, and he just nods. He says, so yeah, you come down the shaft?
I suppose I did.
Big shaft.
I guess you could say that.
And he hasn't really looked away from your larger assets. Your mace, chainmail, your boobs. But he gives you one of them full body eyeballs, just looks you right up and down like you're just a big piece of meat for him to ogle, but his eyes don't ever come back up. His eyes remain fixed and fixated upon your feet.
Oh, the boots.
He goes, damn, girl, you're wearing my mom's shoes. What are you doing wearing my mom's shoes, girl?
Uh-oh.
Did we kill them? I forget. Oh.
No, he didn't.
You kill my mom and take her shoes?
No, I found these.
That shit's cold.
Wait, who's your mom? Oh, I don't understand anything. Sorry.
You're still talking to... Well, my mother was a lovely gnomish lady who...
Named Mrs. Timbers.
In fact, my name is largely taken from hers. Her name is Urkajanaya Helafandua Timbers. And she was a cobbler by trade. Made great cobblestones, that is. Anyway, back to... So the last thing he said was, you kill my mom and take her boots, girl?
I didn't kill your mother.
She'd have not given up those boots.
I found
Without
these
her
boots.
life.
I found them.
His hand clenches sharply around the hammer. I know what you did before you got here, girl. And I don't want to mess up a pretty face like yours. But unless you give me my mom's boots back, it's going to happen.
How tall is he?
Just a goblin. He's 3 feet tall.
Can I attempt to intimidate him?
Of course. What would you say to intimidate him?
Okay, so I guess what I'll do before I say something is I'll just try and imposingly lean over him. I'll say, listen.
Your bosom descending upon his head. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make a little clank on his skull.
Bonk.
Because that's how boobs work.
Listen, hammer bro, I found these boots. I did not kill anyone or steal them from anyone. I found them fair and square.
That is assuredly a deception check, not an intimidation
Okay, well
check.
then, deception check.
Yeah, okay, cool. Go for it up. Roll it up.
7.
Yeah, he doesn't really look you in the eye because he's still looking at the boots and he's like, brown, soft leather, the red threading. He looks up right into your 2 mammalian feeders and takes a step back so he can look you in the eye. He's like, man, I thought you was something else. You step in that door, looking all good, talking my language. I like me a tall lady, but not one that's just made tall because she's wearing my mom's boots. And he makes ready his hammer. He's wearing burlap pants with a cord drawstring and a jerkin shirt that's made of poor spun cotton and not wearing any armor. Basically, this hammer's an improvised weapon in his hands. He doesn't even have shoes on. The big toe, you notice, on his right foot is cracked and probably quite painful from something that probably fell on it at some point earlier in the last fortnight. Probably infected at this point. But nonetheless, he readies his hammer to try to attack you in defense of his mother's honor and potential life. Loridel notices this and is torn between shying away in a corner so that when the blood rage that humans are known to have towards goblins suffuses you and you rend Gilthrax limb from limb, that you don't further continue your blood rage upon him. But he's also torn because Gilthrax is like his good buddy. In the end, though, he decides against assisting and backs up against the far corner wall. And you believe it's because he hopes you'll kill Gilthrax, leave him alone, and then he can court Ebelor free of any competition.
Sneaky.
That's funny.
In this room that they're repairing all this armor,
Yep.
is there any other pairs of boots laying around?
Nope.
Because if I give them to him, I'm not going to have any boots.
Don't you have old boots?
Hey, you got your other boots.
Oh,
But they don't levitate.
that's true.
You did help kill Dern.
I take a deep breath and I say, fine. So I reach down and take my boots off.
Whoa, okay.
And I hold them above his head. I say, okay, look, you can have these back if you give me the information that I need.
He looks dumbfounded, takes 2 steps back, and a conflict of emotions washes over him as though this is like some sort of trick and trap that's being played. Like he was expecting to die in defense of his mom's honor or life, and now you're just giving the boots back to him. He's just falling all over himself with confusion, and then he realizes he's all that. And the swagger comes back full force, and he's like, yeah, girl, I can tell you whatever you need.
We're looking for a wizard. What was the name again?
Black.
Girl, I don't know nothing about no wizard. Ain't no wizard down here. Ain't no magic user. Just the magic between you and me.
No magic, you say?
Nah, girl. There's this ancient, grotesque tree and this guy that worships it or some crap. He got us doing all this stuff up here. And I don't touch none of the plants and whatnot. I ain't getting no horrible fungus on my beautiful tens. But baby doll, and he reaches for the boots.
And I snatch them above his head so he can't out of his reach.
What? I told you what you wanted to know.
This person who makes you do all these things, where is he?
Who, Balak?
Yes.
Oh man, that guy's down by the tree all the time. Sometimes he comes here, he calls it his laboratory.
The tree. Where is the tree?
Yeah, girl. Trees passing through a bunch of stuff. Got to go down the stairs through the hole, then come back. I don't never gone there. I know just a little bit about what they say. There's like a library and shit you got to go through. Yeah. He reaches for the boots again.
Snatch them away from him again.
He's closer to you now.
I figured he would be.
So creepy.
Looks up adoringly at you. What's a ghillie got to do?
All right. Am I in reaching distance of Urky Timbers?
Not quite. But if you need him to be, yes. What did you need to do?
What I'm going to do is I'm going to tap him on the shoulder to get his attention away from Drayden. Urky, dearest, would you come here for a moment?
Urky climbs to his feet. So, yeah, she was all about the cobbling. That was me mum.
Yes.
What? Yes, Yashiria. What is it?
There are these two goblins in front of us. Do you see them?
Yes.
And I know how much you love goblins.
And this is in common?
This is in common.
Oh, no.
And he says, and Gilthrax says, hey girl, what you playing at? Can you give me these boots or not?
Silence, you. Just a moment.
You making promises?
I promise nothing.
Urky now notices you're not wearing your boots anymore. And you're like sort of offering them to this goblin. And he says, what's going on in here?
I'm offering the boots as an exchange to the goblins for information that we need. Now, if this information is false,
All right.
I'm giving you permission to do with these two goblins as you wish.
Drayden's like standing up, like, Yashiria, we've been making progress.
At that point, the snores and the quiet sound of rest from the other room stops as Drayden's shouted Yashiria has potentially roused whatever was lying in the northwest room.
Raise a glass and drink with the enemy. Raise a glass and sing with the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own. And raise a glass and toast to the enemy. Raise a glass and sing to the enemy. And I'm not gonna do this on my own.
This concludes this episode of Tavern Tales, a curated Dungeons & Dragons 5e game set in the Tales of the Yawning Portal adventure module by Wizards of the Coast. Our intro and outro music is the song Tavern Tales by the Bad Billy Band. You can find out more about the Bad Billy Band on iTunes or at www.badbillyband.com or follow them on Twitter at badbillyband. Thanks for listening. Please feel free to leave us a review on iTunes or find us on Twitter at tavern_tales. We'll be back next week with more of the adventure.